I got a call from my manager 2 weeks ago. She told me that my position is no longer required by the company. So basically, I lost my job. And I'm 2 weeks unemployed now.
Whoever I see, whoever I do.
It would have been 8 months since I started my job. I worked as a junior strategist in a marketing agency, and this was my first job out of school. I did a master's degree in marketing strategy, so it was a natural progression for me to find a job in advertising. I was quite happy that I landed a job because I get to work in strategy, which I never thought I'll be able to do straight after uni. And the client I work for is pretty well known, so that's obviously the dream job when you're starting off in advertising. And it did live up to my expectation. The company's cool, everyone that I work with were very friendly and they're very good at what they're doing. But to be honest with you, after a few months in, that initial excitement wore off and I was unhappy. At the beginning, I couldn't really understand why, because this was what I wanted. Until I realized the reason why I wasn't 100% satisfied was because of the fact that the job itself was different than what I imagined. I thought it'd be fun and creative and I get to do a lot of different projects. But in reality, it wasn't really like that. It was a bit of a letdown, to be honest. I was stressed and unmotivated all the time because of work. But I kept telling myself it's just part of the learning process. When I get to a certain level or acquire certain experience or knowledge, I won't be feeling this way. I think I was so hardwired to believe that it's necessary to do stuff you don't want to do or be in a job that you don't 100% enjoy early on in your career in order to get that experience and do whatever you want to do later on in life. I know the reason why I didn't quit was because I didn't want to go through the process of finding a job again. So I lied to myself that eventually it will all get better. And also there is this lingering fear that I didn't know what else I could do. It's a terrifying thought to start from scratch again. So I suppressed my feelings. But to be completely honest, even though it was supposed to be a bad news and I was supposed to be upset about it, after that initial shock, I was actually feeling relieved. It was almost like a weight off my shoulders. All of the stress and internal struggles that I was experiencing suddenly just disappeared. That's not to say I didn't have any moments of self-doubt. Of course I did. Questioning your self-worth is literally the most instinctive thing to do after getting rejected. So I was questioning myself whether I was smart enough, whether I had done enough and worked hard enough. But then I realized that I just wasn't interested in what I was doing and it was hard for me to find meaning in my job. There's really no point of me trying to put myself down for a job that I don't 100% enjoy. And wouldn't it be better that I direct my time and my energy on something that I actually passionate about? I honestly believe that the universe saw what I was doing and decided to help me make that decision that I wouldn't dare to make. I would have still stayed in this job at least for another year or two if this didn't happen to me. So I really do see this as an opportunity for me to reflect on myself and my life decisions.
Hi all.
Hi Cara, how are you?
And weirdly enough, when I woke up the next morning, for the first time in months, I was feeling liberated and so hopeful about the future. In fact, that's what I've been feeling the past week or so, ever since that day. It's not that I know what's gonna happen next, but I think is exactly the sense of not knowing that gets me excited. I do genuinely see this as a sign for me to try something different and find something that fulfills me. Because now that I've got so much free time in front of me, I can see a lot of possibilities of what I can do with it, and I think that is exciting. There are so many things that I want to do. I'm just really grateful that I got this almost like a second opportunity to find something that it's meaningful and fulfilling to me. And the reason why I make this video is because I know a lot of people out there that are probably going through the same thing, who have gone out of employment, whether voluntarily or involuntarily, or are stuck in a job that they don't 100% enjoy and they're too afraid to quit like myself. I just want to let you know that you are not alone. We don't always get things right the first time or the second time, or it doesn't really matter what point you are at in your life. It's okay to start again. I just think it's better to take the time for yourself and think about what you really want to do than to rush into another career out of anxiety or desperation. I've been doing a lot of reflection over the past week to try to figure it out what kind of work would make me happy. To be honest, I still don't have all the answers. But one thing I do know is that the main reason why I was dissatisfied with my job was because it couldn't fulfill me creatively. So I set myself a goal of creating one video every week for a year and see how far I can go with this. I just think it would be interesting to look back in 1 year's time and see how much I can learn and grow as an individual. Honestly, it feels really good to let it all out and share my experience with the world. I think by putting it out there, it almost validates everything that I have been thinking and feeling the past few months. So thank you for making it this far to the video, and I really appreciate you for listening, and thank you for stopping by. I'll see you in the next video.